Good morning, Ed here. Today's June 7th, I think. So we're going to go ahead and get set up, and thought I'd just throw in a different camera angle here. I might move the tripod around a little bit while I get set up. Anyway, here we are at Haynes Bottom. We're going to go ahead and get set up. Here we go, that moving the camera around. What are you guys looking for? We're going to go ahead and introduce the 40-meter coil to the antenna today. This is the Chelgance MC750. I know this may be a long, boring part of the video, but this way you can get a real-time feel of how long it takes to set up the Chelgance MC750. Now in the case is a set of radials that has come with the antenna. Well, I bought some silicone wire and some 3mm banana jacks, and I've made my own radials out of silicone wire just because I think that it's easier to, I like the silicone wire. And I crimped ring connectors on the end. I did it without stripping the insulation, and it's just so I can use these nails to spike them in. Alright, that wasn't getting too tangled up. I just don't want to get too many kinks in there. This piece of RG 316, I think it's called. Alright, got the Czech Army key. My fancy rubber pad for opening jars. It's real sticky. I definitely like that. My set of G0 POT tactile touch paddles, or capacitive touch paddles, a clock. Now I'm going to go ahead and shut off the camera and get the rest of this set up, and we'll get going here. Hopefully you get an idea on how long it takes to set up that antenna. Okay, I think I'm recording again. Well, I'm all set up. I have my umbrella back up above my head. This time I have a tripod with me today, and I have my camera on the tripod. However, I had to, well, anyway, new tripod's coming. Hopefully this turns out all right. And we're going to go ahead. We've been listening here. We're on 7.067 here at Haynes Bottom Park, which is K3943. And we've been listening for a couple minutes here while we got our stuff all set up. So always throw out a QRL just to see if anybody's there. I haven't heard anybody yet. Like I say, I've been listening a couple minutes already. One of these days on film, I'm going to get a question mark out unflubbed. Did-a-da-da, did it. Now the wind was in my eye, the sun's bright, my chair is on level, the table is wiggly. I'm in field conditions. Got a few more excuses here. My elbow hurts. Got a list of excuses I keep. That time I sent, this is, or DE, W4EMB, QRL, question mark. Yesterday I had an email from a student from the Long Island CW Club, and he asked me about DE. He's like, he says, I'm not familiar with the term, he says, but assuming the context I see it in, it means this is, or from, or, you know, I'm paraphrasing. And my point, the whole thing is that sometimes when you've been doing something long enough and you're bringing more people into your fold to show them around, we take for granted or assume that the most basic of things that we know, everyone knows. Like when you say DE, W4EMB. And we don't think about to that very new person who's just learning their dits from their DAWs. When they walk in, they don't know anything. So we need to remember that. And I appreciate that person sending me that email and asking me that question without feeling this is too simple of a question, I shouldn't ask it, and being embarrassed about it. We're all grown-ups, and as we get older, sometimes we might fear that a question is a really dumb question. Not at all. That is an eye-opening thing, and it reminds us to, when talking to brand new people, learning their dits and das, to keep them from feeling overwhelmed or just blown away by such an overload of information at one time. Remember, watch our acronyms, break it down to even the basic of basics, DE, which means this is, or from, or whatever it is that you call it, and then send your call sign, W4EMB, and then QRL, which means is the frequency busy, is the frequency in use, you know, and say it twice, clear and concise. It's an old saying that from my old days. If you know what I'm talking about, put it down in the comments there. There's a certain part of the order that you'll say twice, clear and concise. At least that's how it was back in the early 90s when I was going through a school and being taught this. All right, I suppose I better quit wasting film times. Now they got so big of a card. I'm procrastinating calling CQ. I'm afraid somebody might answer. I don't know how my code's going to be today. All right, we'll find out. Here we go. I guess we found out how my code's going to be today. Now that was the Reverse Beacon Network picking me up. Let's see if the POTA website, yep, POTA website's talking to the Reverse Beacon Network. All right, so got all that going. So we're going to be expecting some customers then. So 11:48 is my start time as far as calling CQ. You know, I keep forgetting to speak up a little bit louder for this, and I was going to plug in my extra microphone to see if that made a difference and maybe wear it for the commentary. Not sure if you want to listen to me ramble on. And when you shoot an hour video on this camera, it cuts it up into pieces so that if part of it's corrupted, you don't lose the whole thing. So there's a program that I have to take all the video clips and put in, and it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to stitch all the videos together. Then after that, then I have to take the video without any editing and just stick it on YouTube, and then that takes an hour and a half, 2 hours to process and get it up on YouTube. And that's just in SD format, not even HD, so the picture quality is not the best. So it takes additional time after that for it to go ahead and be HD quality for those that want to go back and watch it. I don't know if you want to see all this in HD quality, but it can't hurt me at all. Ooh. I gave him a 3. KO something. Sounds like somebody's trying. I'd like to keep the commentary up, but I can't talk and receive code and send at the same time. So my apologies if the video gets a bit dry. Oh man. Got it. Okay, all right. Maryland, 559. QSB might have ate me up a little bit in there. KB3EOF. 3, let me write that over here in my margin. F. 3 is one of my stumble letters. Okay. L D T. Okay, there we go. So that's from Michigan, N8TI. I'm still so new. I think I have KB9 RPG, I bet. Yep. K9 RPG. Thank you. KD5REW. Yes. Okay. Woo! First time through. Did it? Oh, okay. Well, I wrote the letter L up in the margin of my paper. Who knew that F or L would be one of my problem characters? Where else would he be from? He's got a 5 in his call, and it wasn't a T. So T, if you get a 5 in the call and it starts off with a T, you can start to assume it's going to be Texas. Da, 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 da. But if it comes out, blah, 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 da, oh, that's Louisiana. That's not Louisiana. Da da did it. Da da did it. Da da. Da da did it. Da da. That's Louisiana. But we all have our letters that give us a little bit of problems, and our characters. And if we have some character problems, and then we also have character combos that are a problem. CK combos are flip me over. F's and L's and 3's and 1's and 6's. Did I mention F and L? No. I wasn't paying attention what that played the first time, but I stopped it and restarted it. I'm getting some text messages on my phone there. Ooh. Aha. Got it? Okay. 599. Illinois? Indiana. That one caught me off guard, maybe because my tone is coming out there at a certain volume, and then that person immediately followed my tone, and for a second I was like, I thought my thing was done playing because it was such a clear signal coming from them. So KF9R, thank you. Probably wondering if I give him a 599, why am I sending a question mark in there? The sun went behind some clouds. We're expecting a cold front to come through today. Good, because this 90-degree stuff just makes us miserable. What am I doing? I'm doing something wrong there. So, this rubber mat is a yoga mat. I got it for $1 at a thrift store. So this is a yoga mat, cost me $1 at a thrift store. And this towel come from Planet Fitness when I used to cart my tubby self in there and try to do some working out. And this towel come from Planet Fitness. And what happens is when I sit on this rubber mat with my forearms, I get stuck to it, and I don't want to knock anything off the table here. So I brought my little Planet Fitness towel, my yoga mat for slip, everything else. Ugh. I lost that last letter. $229 N0 FUA. But I got him in there. He got me. I got him. He gave me a signal report. I sent him one. Just didn't get the okay, goodbye, dit. That counts, right? Right? I was talking earlier about the amount of processing time for the video, and on the YouTube there's a button on my side that says analytics, and you can hit it, and it says average watch time 1 minute 47 seconds, which is 32 seconds more than normal. So it's funny that it takes almost 2 hours to put the video together, almost 2 hours to upload it, so 4 hours worth of just waiting, and it gets, 1 minute 46 seconds worth of views. And I think the only reason it gets an average of over a minute is because my Elmer tells me that he just hits play and walks out of the room. So I guess maybe that helps make my videos look more popular. It gets me over that minute threshold on the average. Goodness gracious. I got a text message there earlier. I sent a friend of mine a text that said, hey, I got up early and got on the air to make some early QSOs, and 7 or 8 people replied to me, everything checks out, or everything's good here, and I wasn't understanding why. And I realized I was calling QC QC instead of CQ CQ. Play on words. Pablo, does that count as a pun? My friend Pablo, pretty funny guy, says that puns are, taboo in stand-up. So, I don't know, is that a pun or just a play on words, or is that the same thing, Pablo? Maybe I shouldn't ask people direct questions in my videos, because then that tells me who hits play and walks out of the room if they never answer me. WZ5 Mike. He told me he watched my whole video yesterday. I give my apologies, of course. But what's funny is there's a video where I talked to him or about him here directly to the camera, and it was in a longer one, and it was one with my wife and I were out doing a photo, and he never mentioned anything about us talking about him in the video. Of course, that was an hour and 48-minute long video. I don't expect anybody to watch that. I like these unedited videos, like Thomas Witherspoon, K4SWL, W4ARB, a couple others out there. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting you. W0ABE, Alpha Bravo Echo. I like them because you have the radio noise, you get the random call sign coming in, and so that's what gave me the confidence to come out here and do a POTA, Parks on the Air activation. I would sit at home and I watched I think I know who that was. That was who I thought it was. He gave me a 229. OT. I hear you down in there, OT. K9 OT. QTH question mark? I told him it's CW. I was going to say getting better, but I was laughing too much in my head there. Kilo Mike 6, November. That's my Elmer. He's going uber slow, just for me. So Kilo Mike 6, November. He calls a morning net, and we all check in. I've been checking into this net for 4 or 5 years, but I had a card, and it had dots and dashes on it, and I literally checked in reading the card. Good morning, John. You're 5'9". How about me? think my band conditions are changing a little bit. Awful early for them to be changing, but my sun is blocked up behind a cloud. And it is kind of overcast here today. We got some rain coming in, so I wonder if that's just da-da-da-da. North Carolina. Missouri. Da 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 da. Da da. W4CLW. W4J. M. .25. I keep looking at my clock here. I don't want to miss the net. Well, a little chilly breeze come rolling up through here too. I like it though. It's better than 90 degrees. I was talking to the camera before all that flurry came through. Pardon me. I don't remember what I was talking about. I don't even know how far into the video I am to go back and watch it. That was T. T for tuner. Some folks think if they, I don't know if they just tune right on frequency or if they just move their knob a smidgen and then tune and then come over and make QSO with you. But don't do that, especially if there's a pile up or something. Use a dummy load or a different method. Just try not to tune up. Because even on 5, even if you crank your power down to 5 watts, CW goes far. And if you're at your home station on a big home antenna, you're definitely getting out there. Ooh, it hurts my way down in the mud. We're up to 18 so far, and we have to make at least 30 a day out here in order to reach our goal of 1,000 for the month. It's a daylight use only. Did it? 339 Minnesota from WJ0 Lima. W9NJP. I think at a certain point they were just sending me their suffix over. So I started to write NJ. Michigan. You know, originally I'm from Ohio. The ones that are a little bit more confusing are when they say in Texas or in Missouri, because I'll start to write IN for the state. Especially if they're a 9 call. So in Illinois, that throws me off sometimes. It's not often, but I have people say in. I think it's just better just to say the state. If you say the state, I assume you're in it. But we know what happens when I assume. Well, we're at 21, and it's 12:30. Well, 7:30. K9ABR in Illinois. I'll give him 559, but you heard that just up and down there. Go down to 5.5 and then come up 10 over. Little QSB on the band there. When I'm on wide, my needle is all the way flat, which is great. So it means I'm not getting any just atmospheric noise. I'm gonna let this video go maybe 10 more minutes, and I'll stop the video because I don't want to get I don't want the videos to get over an hour long. I started at 11:48 on my start time here, and I got 12:35, so 12:45. So about 10 more minutes. I'll cut the video off just so there's light at the end of the tunnel for you all that are watching it. And I hope that the video works for you for call sign practice, for copying call signs. If you need me to throw in more question marks, just put it down. KB300J. in Pennsylvania. Quite a bit of QSB. Mark, good morning. B-U-N-C-H. Sometimes I still got to write it down. Well, hey folks, it is 12:41. Let's go ahead and I started at 11:48. Let's go ahead and stop this video. But I appreciate you riding along with me this morning. Hopefully those 24 call signs there help you out with some call sign copy practice. Please make sure you get over there and watch K4SWL, W0ABE, and let's not forget W4ARB. Real nice fella. I really enjoy his videos. Aaron out there, down there in Alabama, just does a great job. Great job. It's really nice to ride along with him in the morning and watch his videos. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And 73, this is W4EMB. As soon as I find the button to stop it.